Vancouver Island Report.
Good evening. Protesters who descended on a Comox Valley bank this week are now wanted by the RCMP. They took to the streets of downtown Courtenay on Monday, voicing their opposition to the Raven coal mine project. But police say the group took it too far, banging on the windows of the Bank of Montreal, blocking traffic, and yelling at bank staff and police. Their faces were mostly disguised, and many of them were able to get out of the area and escape before Mounties could figure out who they were. CTV's Gord Kurbis reports.
If their intent was to draw attention to themselves, they've succeeded. Now RCMP and the Comox Valley are trying to identify some of the people involved in this noisy protest.
We have no problem with lawful protest, but they have to do it in a manner that's safe to the public and to themselves.
The protest occurred outside of the Bank of Montreal branch in downtown Courtenay. A sign unveiled from the roof indicates the bank supports a proposed coal mine for the area. Protesters say Compliance Energy Corporation banks at BMO. A bank spokesperson says customer information is confidential, but no matter what companies bank with BMO, the protesters crossed the line.
Also been able to get onto the roof of the building and to release a banner, and had been at the front doors preventing some people from either going in or going out, and that is a disruption to our business for sure.
Staff inside the branch called 911, and nearby officers responded immediately.
As soon as we heard about it, we were down there. We were asking the protesters to move off the street so that the traffic could flow. We're asking the protesters with the masks on their face why they would want to conceal their face if this was a legitimate protest.
None of the protesters would agree to be interviewed. Many kept their faces hidden. That was a particular concern to the RCMP.
It's a little bit scary for people. Like, you don't see people walking down the street with masks on their face. You associate people with masks doing bad things.
Police on the scene tried to get protesters off the street and to unblock the sidewalks. When the group left, protest leaflets expressing environmental concerns were scattered all over the sidewalk and roadway.
RCMP say as protesters dispersed away from the bank, they headed into several directions, leaving a trail of vandalism behind them. That was in the form of these notices that were posted up in many locations.
Police say as much as $5,000 in damage was caused by notices being placed on buildings, signs, mailboxes, and windows. A special glue used to secure the posters meant even if they could be removed, the damaging glue remained behind.
It undermines everybody's attempts to have a meaningful and public dialogue.
A spokesman for Coal Watch Comox Valley says this group is not affiliated with theirs and fears the incident will work against their cause.
Now we're talking about this rather than important issues like shellfish jobs, which could be jeopardized. Impacts from the mine on our tourism.
Police will be reviewing surveillance video and are asking the public to help them identify anyone involved with the vandalism. Gord Kurbis, CTV News, Courtenay.